Here from a sunny Sunday in southern England, okay, southwest England, Cornwall. Right, we're here with the updates from We Share Abundance. Not a lot goes on the weekend because we don't have developers in and this sort of thing, but there's always something going on. Okay, so I'm here with the updates. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation. We've been around for about 3 years, and we are the United States of the world, in that we accept citizens from every continent, country, color, class, creed, gender, background, financial status, you name it. We don't care. We don't see all those superficial differences. As long as you're part of the big family of humanity, you're very welcome here. And there is no fee to get citizenship. Okay? You can just come along. You can take part in anything that you want to take part in. There's no obligation to do anything. So we should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. I'm going to be heading over there in just a moment to make sure that things are working as they should be, and because that's where we tend to see most of the comments. I am a few minutes late, and I apologize for that. But I don't think there are many people that get here on time anyway. So I'm heading over to Facebook now. And when I get there, I'll be looking for the group We Share Abundance Publicly. And when I get to We Share Abundance Publicly group, come on, Facebook, do your stuff. When it's coming up now. Okay, when I get there, I'll be looking for the 25th of June. And hopefully, yeah, so far so good. Click to expand and it's up the box ready for comments. And we have Norman in from Doncaster, UK. Top of the comments today, Norman. Thank you. And then we've got Richard from Strumpyland, or almost anyway. I suppose Somerset is the real side of county, although it's pretty prevalent all throughout the Southwest Peninsula. He's in Devon, not too far away from where I am in Cornwall. Right. We will be getting started in just a moment with a short prayer to help us find the true path to happiness. Happiness can only be found in one way. It can't be bought. No matter how much money you've got, you won't necessarily be happy. But if you go about life with the goal of being of loving service to others, not only will you bring joy to the people that you're helping, but you will find that everlasting joy within you that brings you that contentment. It means you don't have to keep searching for more and more and more. And everything that you do want in life materially and in relationships and this sort of thing will automatically flow to you. It's a stress-free way. In fact, it's the only way of finding true success, which is happiness. Happiness is what we all seek. So that's what our little prayer is about. And we'll be getting started with that. And we'll follow that with a little affirmation to help us maintain our non-separatist ideology. And that means that we don't see differences in people. We don't see you because you're male, female, or black, or white, or speak German or French. You're just, to us, a human being. We recognize that all human beings are unique. So every member of our community has something unique to offer our community, and so is of equal value to every other member. And that is a non-separatist ideology. And if the world would accept that unconditionally, what a wonderful place it would be. Okay, I see we've also got Andrew in saying good morning from New Zealand, where he's already out of his weekend and he's back into the work week. He's in Monday morning. Right. I hope you enjoy Mondays, Andrew. There's always been songs, haven't there, about Mondays not being good days, but I think all days are good days as long as you wake up for them. Right. So let's get started right away with that short prayer. We'll follow that with the affirmation. Then we'll get into what updates there are. There aren't many for a Sunday. And then you can go about enjoying yourself, get out there, have a supper barbecue or whatever. Okay? So here's the little prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love. And through that love, bless each member that they may attract into their life true happiness through loving service to other people. Amen. It's a little bit different than we normally have. It's the same sentiment, okay? So there you go. And the affirmation we have, if I can get that right, goes like this. We are so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect in the body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay, still no sign of Deborah, and I don't think there's any sign of Lewis either. So two of our regulars are absent without leave. Just checking in the map to see if Lewis is in late. No. So keep them in your prayers just in case things are not going as well as they should be. We've got Kingsley from Manchester, UK. The area that I originally come from, Manchester. Okay. Right, what updates have we got? No development updates because the developers don't work. I haven't got anything really that I've progressed with. I was hoping to get onto quite a number of things today, and it's not really worked out well for me. So that there aren't an awful lot of stuff I can tell you that changes from yesterday or from Friday. We did on a Sunday morning. We always get the Beyond Infinity profits, etc., transferred into your account for the week. There's a bit of a hiccup they had with it today, but it has all been rectified now, and the Infinity bonuses have all been paid as they should be. And it enabled us to buy another car. So we bought another car. In retrospect, I bought a $50,000 car. And I think in retrospect, it would be better to put through $250,000. No, not two $25,000 cars instead of a $50,000 car, because people can, if the contracts are made within 24 hours, they can be pushed together anyway. So then we have the option of either selling them separately as $25,000 vehicles or as one $50,000 vehicle. But that is hindsight. It'll serve us in the future, and in the future, when we have sufficient to buy two $25,000 vehicles, we'll do it that way. But that's another car into the garage, if you like. I don't know how many we've got now. I've lost count. They do promise to have a table of it up soon, and once they get that up, we'll be able to bring that up and show you what we've got. And hopefully we'll be able to get some good money for them in a year's time when the contract comes to fruition. It doesn't really matter how much we get for them because it's all extra money, because we currently in our accounts are earning at 5% a week, and we pay the $500 to get that $50,000 vehicle. But $400 goes into the Beyond Infinity Gold program, on which we earn 5% a week. So we get $25 a week back, $100 every 4 weeks, $500 in 5 times 4, 20 weeks, isn't it? Okay. So in 20 weeks, we're there. We've got our money back anyway. Um, so anything that we get for the cars will be a bonus. But I'm pretty sure we should be able to get 50 to 75% for these vehicles as they come up. People won't have to wait. They'll be able to. Well, I think what we're going to have to do is sell the cars 2 months before the contract comes up, terminates, because the order has to go in that period to get the car that you want. It can be any vehicle up to the value of the contract. So we've got several at $25,000. I think we've got a few at $50,000. I'm not sure what else we've got, but I think there's one. I think there's one at over $100,000 as well. But it'll all come out in the wash. And as I say, whatever we get for them is a bonus, and it will all go into the kitty for We Share Abundance. Right. So that's that. There's been a little bit of people asking about, and find it, Rex Wallet. We have made, when I say we, it's We Share Abundance. We have made 2 small withdrawals from Rex Wallet. A $7 one that we made very early on, and a $5 one once we got to $105. We're now at $164 in our wallet. And once it gets over $200, we'll test the withdrawals again, and maybe with a large withdrawal and see if it goes through. Some people claim that they've been locked out of the account when they've tried to withdraw. I don't know. But if you operate it as a free program, which you can do, then you can't lose anything. If you are going to put money into anything, don't put in money that you can't afford to lose. I'm not saying that you want to lose money. You obviously want to put in something that you think is going to work, but it's got to be money that you're not robbing from your rent pot or your food pot or whatever, your essentials. It's got to be something that comes out. It's okay if you cut out a trip to the cinema instead and put it into something, or you have a couple of bottles of beer left, or a bottle of wine left, give up smoking for a day or whatever, you can do that sort of thing and put that money in. But don't put in essentials, your rent money, your food money, this sort of thing. So that way you can't be really hurt and damaged if things do not pan out the way that they should do. Another thing I noticed today when I logged in to have a look, let me get back to Facebook, was that funds have a pop-up that's coming up saying that they've put a hold on withdrawals. That's always a bad sign, but it's not always fatal either. I mean, we have a hold on withdrawals from the tokens that we give away. We allow withdrawals on income that is earned through commissions or through separate staking plans, the stable stake and the secondary stake. But on the free tokens that we issue every month, we have a hold on withdrawals, and we have had for some time. So it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes it's necessary, but it's never viewed as being a good sign. Let's put it that way. Of course, here within We Share Abundance, we're working on increasing our income so that we can build liquidity for those stacks of tokens that we've been issuing to our members for 3 years, so that they will be able to, in the not too distant future, if they need, start cashing some of them in. But there's always plenty of cash available through commissions and through the secondary staking and the stable stake plan, and also through the third party plans. The only thing about third party plans, of course, is we have no control over them. Um, we put our trust in them, and we hope that that trust will be rewarded. Um, some of them seem to be really, really more solid than the others. Funds looks very solid. In the message that popped up, I think it was expressing the hope that they would have everything sorted out in a week or so. We'll have to wait and see. There's a similar situation with the Afro Arbitrage Systems, AAS, and they've been um, unable to trade and satisfy the desires of the members for over 2 months now. There has been notification. The hacking that was going on was instigated by one of their employees, and he actually went outside and gave information to a group of other hackers to enable them to get in and disrupt things, and they were hoping to steal funds. And from what I understand, they were defeated. They weren't able to steal funds, and they have all now been apprehended and are looking at some lengthy terms in Clink. Um, for those of you who are not familiar with old-fashioned euphemisms from England, in Clink means in jail, okay, in prison. Okay, so there are those as well. Um, Similarly, Coin Market Bull, there's a hold on withdrawals there. So there's a lot going on. Will they all come through? Good. I believe AAS will. Um, I'm hoping that funds will. Funds don't pay amounts that are liable to not be able to be met through trading. Let's put it that way. They usually average about 3% a week, and even relatively inexperienced traders can often accomplish that sort of level. So it's not inconceivable that they do have some hiccups. I didn't like the fact that they said it was to do with compliance, because can't see how compliance comes into it, but there we go. We've got Deborah in here from Southern Alabama, USA. Right. It's about time Rebecca started sending out outstanding receipts. She could clear the backlog. Well, she is not fit enough to trade. Um, yeah, I don't even communicate with Rebecca at the moment, Richard, because I don't want to upset her. If we ever have a chance of getting that double up money, she claims that she will get everybody sorted out and paid in the future. And I know somebody that is owed a few $1,000 from Rebecca. Got a message from her today, quite lengthy voicemail about her operation and things, and where she is, and that nobody's going to suffer, all the rest of it. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, now we've got Derek in from West Palm Beach, Florida, I believe, in the USA. So we've got a couple of USA citizens that have popped up in the last minute or two. I don't really think I've got a lot more information that I can give you. We have Another program that claims to produce 10 a month totally free for you. We have that is called no, not platinum, ivory or something. Um, where, this is it, I think. Yeah, Ivory Hash. And we've been in it, I don't know, as we share abundance, about a week. But we have, somebody must have upgraded because we're getting twice the amount of hash power that we were getting originally. We were originally getting about 4.2 or something like that. We're now getting 9.4. So somebody, I think, has upgraded. It means that we've got about $4.45 in the bank at the moment there. Um, if it produces you $10 a month totally free with no work, you don't have to log in, you don't have to do anything, then it's like finding a $10 bill in the gutter every month, isn't it? I mean, who wouldn't stoop down and pick up that $10 bill? I know even 10 cents I'd stoop down and pick up, even 1 cent I'd pick up, I'd be quite honest with you. But that is available, and then from there you can stick with that and you can use it to more mining, or you can put it into something like BitSports. BitSports, we started with $10. $10 is the minimum, and we now have a $54 amount in our account, and we've earned about a quarter of what we due on that. They pay you 300% once you 300. Excuse me. Once your 300% is attained, you have to open a new contract, but you can open more as you go along, and that's what we did. We had $30 back for our 10, and we put in what we could of that, which was about $27, I think we put in. And it's just we put in a bit more, and then we've got that $54, and we have in our account 1320 now in the e-wallet. We've got 3 different wallets, which is always a bit confusing, but um, it's going okay. It's making money. It's making more than it would do as a totally passive thing, because we have introduced quite a number of people through We Share Abundance in there. And it's all benefiting We Share Abundance, and we'll see how we can build that up. I did set up a control account, which we set up um, that nobody knows about. Well, you know about it because I've told you about it, but you don't know what um, the link has never been put out there anywhere at all. And if I just refresh the page, we'll just check where we are with that one. Um, yeah, we opened that about the same time, but I think the first week I didn't know we had to click a button. I'll talk about that in a second. And we've got 5.6% um, in that time, $33.38. Um, although it only shows 31.50 in the wallet, I don't know why. Maybe it transfers it to a different time. It's showing $31.50 in the wallet, but it's showing 33.38 as total earnings. A little bit confusing, but there you go. That is the sort of control account, and that money is on a $200 deposit. So I put $200, and we share this money in there to just compound passively and see where we get with it as a control. I put $10 in the other one, and we um, have the other one as our link that we are um, advertising, if you like. and so that is making more cash. The Can find it again. Yeah, here we go. I think I ought to do a screen share on this, um, just to uh, make sure that you know how and where, because this button is only available on Mondays. Let me do a screen share. Share screen. Come on. Window. Okay, back to Facebook. No, back to this show and stream, and then back to Facebook to make sure it comes up. Should be here any second. Yeah, okay. So this button here, this big green button here, uh, on Mondays goes to grey. You can hardly see it. It's there, but it's hard to actually see. Um, it just blends into the background really. On a Monday, you log in and you click this button here, and if you don't, you still earn passive income, but I can't remember what the figures are. I think it's like 0.3% instead of 3% per week or day or whatever it may be. It's a big difference. Let's put it that way. So if you're in Bit Sports, and it's a very solid looking program, I have to confess. It looks really good, well run, even if it is a little bit confusing to me. Many of you will probably find it less confusing than I do. But log in every Monday and click here where you see this bright green big circle and button until it becomes green again, because on a Monday it will have gone to almost unseen, and you'll be um, losing money if you don't click on it. They don't have any arbitrage going on a Monday. Monday they do all their office work or whatever it is they do, and calculations and everything else. And that gives you time to click this button, and then they start their arbitrage again Tuesday to Sunday. So that's a biggie. Make sure you log in, click this button tomorrow. If it's green when you log in, try it a bit later on, because of time differences. It might go lose its green at different times in different parts of the world. So just keep checking on it tomorrow, and once you've got it back to green, that's it. You don't have to do anything else. You can log out and not bother with it again till next week. Okay, but it is important that you do that. Otherwise, you'll be missing out. Which we missed out for the first week on both accounts actually, because I didn't know about that button. I didn't know what it was there for or anything. I still really don't know why you have to do it, but that's it. It's one of the rules, and if you don't do it, you don't get paid as much. Right. Um, Let me have a look at my checklist here. I've talked about Ivory Hash. I've talked about Bit Sports. I've talked about Beyond Infinity. Um, I talked about Vortic. Vortic's a good program, you know. The guy that introduced us, Marcus, is very, very close to becoming a Ruby qualifier, whatever that is, and just for uh, just for getting to that level, Let's see if I can find it. I can't remember how much you get, but you get a lot of money. Um, let's see if it'll come up here. Ranking. Here we go. Each time you reach a different level with your portfolio, not just your personal, but also you need to have referred others. Um, and it only starts with you've got to have a $50 portfolio and $1,000 group volume. So you don't need an awful lot to get that. And when you reach that, they pay you, doesn't tell me. Oh, yes, it does. Sorry. They pay you. It's, yeah, they pay you $50 when you reach that $1,000 group volume. And then the $5,000 group volume, they pay you $250. We've done both of those. This Ruby one, where are we? Where's Ruby? Ruby, oh Ruby, don't take your love to town. You need $3 million group volume, which is a lot. You've got to put a bit of work in to get up there. But Marcus is very, very close to getting there. And hit that $3 million in group volume, they pay you a bonus of $160,000. There's one before that, Sapphire, which is $1 million group volume, and you get $50,000 for that. And there's President, $500,000 volume, you get 20,000 for that. It's amazing. They have two more positions. $10 million group volume, you get paid $300,000. These are just bonuses, you know, that they just pay. It's automatically boom into your account. I know it works because we've had the lower ones, and I know that Marcus has had the ones up to this before. And the top one is when you get up to $30 million, and they give you a bonus of $700,000. Now, for most of us, that's going to take time. But if you bring in a few people consistently and they compound, and they get up there and they've got $10,000 plus accounts, which should be the goal of everybody to get up to at least $10,000. You know, to get to the president level where you get $20,000 bonus, you only need 50 people that you've referred that get to $10,000 each. And you hit that, and you get a $20,000 bonus. Great, amazing. The one before that, director, if you've got a few 10, you only need 20 people at $10,000 to get to that level. And that's an $8,000 bonus. Okay, it's not like 20 grand or 50 grand, but it's still good, isn't it? So these are rankings that are worth working for. If you choose to share it with others, just add an extra person in as often as you can, and even at $50 each, will gradually add up, if particularly if they're compounding, and you'll start hitting some of these bonuses. As I say, we've hit two or three of them. Okay, it's a very powerful plan, and that's in addition to all the money that you make from it. They'll just additional bonuses to get these different ranks. So very, very powerful. And in time, if you are referring others, in time, you're bound to get there, as long as those other people are following a decent plan and compounding and getting to 10,000. Once they've got to 10,000, they're not going to stop. They're going to be able to draw money out, but they're going to want to increase it all the time. So that 10,000 is going to become 20,000 and 40,000 and 50,000, just from one person. Okay, it's not going to happen overnight, especially if you start with $50 and you have to work the way through it. but they're all going to get there. When they do, you're going to make those ranking bonuses. Or who else has? I was just checking who has been through Vortic. Um, funds I've mentioned. That's it. Poverty Crusher, I've noticed we're getting quite a lot of admin entries going through now. That means that other people are making money and they're pushing admin entries through, which are going to help everybody else. And I'm seeing admin entries going through every day to different people's accounts, helping them, whether they're totally passive or not, in that Poverty Crusher plan. Very powerful. Okay, once again, if you're totally passive, it's going to take time. Like if you're totally passive in Beyond Infinity, it's going to take time, but you're going to get there. What else could you do for $15 one-time payment that will give you thousands of dollars a month in 5 years' time? Not much out there that you could do that with. There's that Cryptex program as well. That's like $100 minimum. Is it a risk? Yeah, of course it is. You're not going to get paid anything for 3 years um, unless you're sharing that. And to not be able to get your money out or anything for 3 years, it's got its pluses and minuses. The plus side is it compounds for you and you can't touch it and you can't stop it compounding. So at the end of 3 years, you make a decent sum of money. I can't remember what it is now. I think it's about $40,000 for that $100 investment. If you leave it in for 5 years, there's two plans, a 3 year or a 5 year. I think there's a 7 year as well. That's probably stretching it a bit too far, isn't it? 5 years, 3 to 5 years. If you've got 200, maybe you can put $100 a year, $100 in the 5 year. As long as it's money that you can afford to lose. You don't want to lose it, I know that, but you don't want to be playing with money that would put you in a bad situation financially. But that sort of money, if you sacrifice it out of some of your pleasure activities or whatever, and it comes off, that 5 year plan pays you hundreds of thousands of dollars. I can't remember what it is offhand. Um, I might have it this. I can tell you if I've got it here. Just me. Let me see. Yeah, the 3 year plan is $35,000. Okay, so you put $100 in 3 years, you get 35 grand out if it works. Okay, is there any guarantee? No. If you're in the 5 year plan, you get out $471,487. $471,000 for a $100 one-time payment. You don't have to do anything for it. You can set your alarm clock for 5 years' time and just come back in and say, "Is it there?" And it's either yeah, whoopee, or no. Well, I just spent that $100 on something wasteful anyway, so okay. That's the way you've got to look at it. But it's potentially very, very powerful. There are people that have been paid on the 3 year plan and the 5 year plan. I don't know of anybody that's been paid on the 7 year plan, but they have been going since 2016. I don't know if there's been anybody taking up the 7 year plan. But if they have, maybe at the beginning they got paid. I don't know of anyone. But I do know of people that have been paid 5 year and the 3 year. Does that mean that you'll get paid if you get involved in it? No. Does it mean you won't get paid? No. It just means that some people have been paid. It's always a risk, okay? Right. Let's see. Just back in the Facebook, not in the Facebook, in the, here we go. Hi, Drexel. Hi, dear sir. What is the new update of Weezer Uh, Lost it now. It's gone. Of Visa Token and Visa Abundance. Um, exactly the same as it was before. And just very, very briefly, we are building liquidity pools, which will first of all benefit the Visa Abundance token because that has far, far less out there in the marketplace. And we'll be able to do that in the relatively near future. That doesn't mean that every member of WeShare Abundance will be able to start withdrawing. It means that when we build that liquidity pool, the first people paid off will be the people that loaned us money back in 2021, and then people that bought nest eggs throughout um, the 3 years that we've been going. And only once those people have been satisfied, we'll start looking at the membership in general. Of course, that will start with active members as well. I remind you, I'm not giving you the numbers, but I can do that as well before we just go. Um, Somebody says they've been able to register in the ambassador platform thanks to Victoria. Yeah, she'll know how to do it. I've not done it, so I can't tell you how to do it because I've not done it. Nice content says that the sound is not good totally. I'm sorry, can't do much about that, but we'll be gone soon and hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. Okay, let's give you the numbers. Um, we have a net increase of 19 in our email verified members in the last 24 hours to 39,544. Net increase means we've had more registrations than people we've taken out. We take out people that haven't logged in for 2 months. Active members is up by 32 in the last 24 hours to 3,964. Those are people that log in on the daily basis usually. You might miss an odd day, but usually daily. And multiply Visa site, no change in the bonus pool, no change in the members that have bought ads, but there has been an increase of 4 in the email verified members. They're up to 14,892. Those are your numbers. And hopefully that has answered all the questions. I'll just have a quick look at that one. What was Kingsley said he managed to get the community ambassador. Yeah, it's a good program, particularly if you struggle with cash and you want to have some people paid into your downline for you. You go out and you get people to join free, and as they get paid in by other people, and I think once you've got 5, they'll put 1 person into your network. So it's a good way for anybody that's struggling for a few dollars to get going. We've got Accommodate in from Nigeria, and we've got Subhash Chandra Giri. Not sure where from, but I don't know. Looks like an Indian name, possibly India. But anyway, welcome and goodbye. We are about to wrap up now. So I'll be back here same time, same place tomorrow, 7 p.m. London time on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group. We share abundance publicly. Until then, get out there and share some love and abundance. You'll feel good. You'll make other people feel good. That'll make you feel even better, and you'll find that everything you want in life will start flowing towards you. It's miraculous. Okay. Until then, get out there, go that extra mile, be Visa Warriors, and I'll see you all tomorrow. I love you all. Thanks for being here. And if you're watching the replay, you're just as valued as the people that are here on the live. God bless. And I'll see you later, alligator. In a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Extra mile.